Team Spirit are off to a hot start so far in Counter-Strike 2. They have a record of 12-4 in BO3s with impressive wins such as a 2-0 over Complexity and a 2 over Mao's in Thunderpick World Championship. And while it would be easy to point to Donk and his impressive entry fragging, Chopper's impressive leadership, or the fact that Art Frost has developed into one of the elite op talents, for me, it's the impact of Zontix and his ability to stay consistent while those other people are shining. What's crazy to me is that Zontix actually looks like a better player as they play better opponents. And this is sometimes true of lurkers just because your team sometimes isn't going to be in bad enough situations for you to actually have, these crazy lurk rounds. But you can literally see here that every single time they play better and better opponents, Zontix gets better, and it's really incredible. So I'm going to dive into some of the reasons why. I've picked out some of my favorite rounds from his recent win over Mao's. But before we get any further in today's video, let's have a word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is an automated Counter-Strike 2 trading site that provides an instant way to get new skins. Skins Monkey has a 24/7 live chat support, and they have multiple skins in inventory with a simple selection and filters. One of the cool things about Skins Monkey is they actually offer you a $5 bonus on your first trade on the site. To activate this, you're going to want to use code STAMINA, click claim bonus, and now if we add up to $100 worth of skins, we will get a $5 bonus for our trade, as you can see here, and then we can look for something of equal value. In this situation, I could trade some of these skins that I don't really care for a knife like this, and I'd even have $2 left over after this trade. Now, one of the other great things about Skins Monkey is you can actually purchase skins on the site, and right now they have a Halloween bonus with a 45% top up. So if I were to add $100, I would get $145 for whatever I want to purchase on the site. So head over to skinsmonkey.com and use code STAMINA today. Now back to our video. So in round 4 of the game against Mao's most recently in the Thunderpick World Championship, we're going to see Zontix doing something that he's pretty reliable for in just about every single game, and it's the idea that he can be solo on some part of the map, and he can really make something out of nothing pretty consistently. Zontic actually plays a hybrid anchor and rotator role for this team. We're actually going to be watching Ancient after this, and on Ancient, he's the A anchor, right? But here on Mirage, he's the cat player. So they obviously know that he has a unique skill set, and they look to use it to the best of their ability. So in this situation, we've got his team all stacked toward the A-bomb site, and we have Mao's completely taking over mid control. And they're actually going to get Shuhei into ladder room right here. And Zontix doesn't actually hear him, so it gets a little bit sketchy. But in a moment here, he's going to use this smoke to really kind of stuff any sort of cat progression here. And this is great because it's going to kind of force, potentially, Mao's into splitting toward A. Well, they opt not to split toward A, and they're actually going to go for a B hit. Shuhei is going to smoke connector. He flashes exertion through, or to fake it like he's going connector, and here we have Zontix get a really nice 4K from a really difficult position. So he finds these first couple, repositions to get the reload off, and he takes the risk of going back through, and he catches Torji on a really nice timing, and he follows up onto Frozen here. After Frozen takes out his teammate, and he just taps them out, just kind of displaying some of that really good individual skills. So this round really stuck out to me because this kid's 18, and he's on his own against one of the best teams in the world playing this bomb site, and he just locks it down from a really tough position. So these are kind of the things we're going to see from Zontix throughout the video. So in this round, we actually have Zontix starting in the ladder room this round, and they've done a little bit of a setup here to get Art Frost set up upper B. Magix is going to rotate back toward A, and now they've got a really nice hold toward mid and A. Now, when Mao's goes for this continuation of their default and they smoke window, Zontix understands how these volumetric smokes works, and he repositions himself to see over top of them. He can see if anybody's working down mid valley next to connector. He can see Delpan and chair, and he's not going to find anybody here. But when he repositions back into ladder room, he knows to look over and check the boost because those smokes are still too low, and he finds exertion on the ledge for a really easy pick. Now, what I like about this is obviously he knows that exertion was boosted, and he is really prepared to try to peek out Jimmy, and he's not going to let him get away. And he's so determined in this fight that it just makes it so easy for him, and it basically secures the round win for Team Spirit. And something you're going to notice as this video goes on is when Zontix has like a high awareness of what is going on around the map, his peaks are so clean. We talk about Donk all the time for his individual skill. Zontix is him. So in this round, Spirit's going to look for a little bit of an A execute, and while Zontix does miss his molly early, he's going to follow it up with some nice support flashes. And once his team is coming out A here, he's going to give some really nice supportive cover from Palace. And right here, he's spamming down Frozen. And I want to just show you guys, from Frozen's perspective, how annoying it is to have to deal with this, right? Frozen's going to get this early kill on the guy coming out A. And then watch this. As the rest of the players start scaling out of ramp, when Zontix is spamming him down, it slows down his movement so much that Chopper has like the easiest time killing Frozen under Balk. And so then from here, Zontix gives some really nice supportive cover from Palace, finding this kill onto Shuhei. And maybe he gets lucky not dying to Torji here, but he instantly spams Jimmy back through the smoke down to 15 HP. Now in this 2 versus 3, he does get a little bit lucky here in a moment, not dying to Torji, but as soon as he doesn't die, he's really swift to make the decision to smoke top con and come up and double peek with Art Frost. They double peek onto jungle. They don't find the kill, but immediately once Art Frost starts planting here, watch the cover that Zontix gives for him. Again, tracking through that smoke, giving that covering fire, and probably could have even found the kill onto Torji. Now, immediately once Art Frost finds this kill onto Torji, he's going to reposition towards spawn, and Exertion's going to know that they're now ramp and spawn. And from Exertion's position here, he doesn't know that the T's know he doesn't have a kit, but regardless of this, since the bomb is planted for ramp and this guy's spawn can activate out and take him off the bomb, he pretty much can't stick this. He has to tap it. And Zontix had the presence of mind to just instantly snap rotate around toward mid, making this a 100% guaranteed round win for Spirit. But more importantly, Exertion goes to save and he finds the kill onto him, giving Spirit a really nice edge in the economical battle here, as Exertion definitely wanted to save that gun going into this next round, where he would have been able to easily drop a gun, and maybe Mel's could have put together a quasi buy. So just really elite decision making from Zontix, and his support from Palace is like incredible. Something that every single Palace player should write down and take note of. In this round, Spirit goes for a little bit of a B hit with Zontix as like the backstab guy into Cheetah and Cave here. And what we're going to see from Zontix here is just a really nice trade frag and then a really nice 1 versus 2. Now, when this smoke comes in, he notices instantly that there's going to be a gap here, and he plays it flawlessly, finding a really nice kill here during the retake onto Jimmy. Now, once he finds himself in this 1 versus 2, he does something that I think a lot of players at this level wouldn't have the presence of mind to do. They know that because there was dualies and a smoke, it's very unlikely that there was a kit on the side of Mao's. So Frozen has a 10-second stick. So the second that this bomb is stuck, Zontix does not peek. He doesn't move an inch, and he waits. He's counting in his head to 5, and this is going to create uncertainty for Torji, and that uncertainty led to a really easy kill onto Torji, which led to Frozen inevitably having to get off the bomb and not having enough time to win the clutch. Just really good decision making from him again. This kid's 18, like I said before. To see this presence of mind in these decisions and these really important rounds against top elite competition is just exactly what you want to see out of a young player. Now, what we're going to see in this round is Zontix was actually lurking A main, as he normally does on this team, and once everything kind of unfolds in mid, they're going to play out this 3 versus 3 from A main. I just want to touch on the discipline from Zontix here. Now, I don't know if this was called by Chopper, but what we're going to notice is he takes his time, and they notice that they have to face Donut. They need to take some sort of control here, and so he's going to perfectly bait Chopper with only the Glock and get this kill onto Shuhei. Now, this round is basically secured just due to the positioning from Mao's and the fact that they're in a 2 versus 3 with Donut control. But Zontix is really disciplined here, and this is what I love to see from the kid. His teammates are already going to look to start like leaving Donut and saving, right? And he understands that in CS2 with the bomb radius, players have to go so far away, and somebody has to kind of stay with the bomb a little bit longer. And Mao's actually looks for this late ninja defuse retake type play that FaZe made really popular at IEM Sydney, and he completely punishes Torji and takes away the op out of Mao's hands, and now they don't have the opportunity to save this, and Xertion is the only one who walks away with an M4. And just again, the presence of mind to make sure that you're not not over rotating, sorry, but just leaving and exiting too early definitely saved them from some sort of disaster in this round. So again, just a really nice little play from Zontix, and it just encapsulates the idea that he is just like this perfect late round decision maker and trade fragger. So this round is really quick and really simple, but it really just highlights the skill set that Zontix has. Again, we talk about Donk as this incredible entry fragger, but in this round, we're going to see Zontix come out mid and just absolutely destroy these Mouse defenders. So as they look to do their mid control here, they come out mid, and he's going to spot Frozen falling away, and he's going to spray control onto him, and he's just going to control his aim so perfectly to tap out Jimmy as well, to find that double entry into mid and put them into a 5 versus 3. Now from this point in the round, they play really slowly, and it just develops into a round win for Spirit. But I just love the fact that as the hard lurker and anchor player, Zontix is so willing to take gunfights. It makes a 1-2 punch of him and Donk playing exact opposite from each other, right? You've got Donk typically running in and Zontix lurking, and you know that Zontix can close out these rounds consistently, but when Zontix is needed to just go entry, the kid is absolutely insane. And I think it's really what makes this Spirit team so difficult to play against. Art Frost is extremely consistent in his role, Magix doesn't really make mistakes, and Chopper's leading combined with Donk and Zontix individual skill really just makes this team one to look out for in the near future. I'm really excited to see them in some tier 1 events. So again, I kind of already touched on this 1-2 punch of Donk and Zontix as individuals. Check this out. They're going to give double dualies to these guys, and there isn't a better pair of hands, or I should say there isn't two better players to have the dualies in than Zontix and Donk. When they go for this B execute here, they're all going to come through the cheetah area, and Zontix is going to absolutely destroy them. This kid really is elite, and I don't think he's talked about enough, man. That's why I'm making this video. I just love what he's able to do for them. So really simple little round here, but again, just highlighting that skill set that he has. Of course, Donk with the cleanup here, and a really easy round win against Mouse in this pistol round to kind of start a really nice comeback. Spirit ends up going on to win this map in overtime, and yeah, it's largely due in part to Zontix and Donk and their incredible individual skill. So I won't lie to you, at this point in the game, it does kind of become a little bit of the Donk show. I think Zontix hit 24 kills like 4 or 5 rounds ago, and Donk is really the player that propels them into overtime, despite him having not that great of a score line at the moment. And throughout the overtime, Donk continues that form. But in this round, Zontix has a really nice little 2K here, and I think that this is a really good example of just like how he's such a great anchor. We all know about Peeker's advantage in CS2 right now. We know how hard it is to multi-frag in tight situations here. And Zontix finds one of the easiest 2Ks onto the Mouse players coming out of the A-bomb site without even taking a hit point of damage. And he gets this flash from Art Frost to peek out and get this information. Unfortunately, getting a little bit blind. But just his presence of mind to be disciplined to allow Art Frost to take this next contact. Zontix never over peaks here. This is an extremely important skill set that you need to have as a player, especially as an anchor, to not overextend in these scenarios. Even though they're in a 5 versus 2, you just know that like this discipline really pays off, and they've worked hard to get this game back to overtime, and he starts it off here and Donk goes ahead and finishes it. So pretty great game from him. Overall, when we look at this performance from Zontix in this 2-0, we can see that his stat line went pretty damn insane. And the craziest thing about this is I highlighted some of like those crazy rounds where, you know, he had a really nice double entry or a 4K as a solo defender, but it doesn't really totally highlight the game because he went plus 25, and you would think like, okay, we didn't really see anything that crazy, and that's because he's not as flashy as Donk. He's not having these crazy multi-frags all the time. He is literally just getting 2 kills every single round at his position, whether he's on CT side or lurking and staying alive at a rate that I don't think a lot of players at his age can do. What's crazy about this is I've got the stats over here. When you adjust his statistics and take away his eco kills, he had 10 eco kills in these 2 maps, which would still leave him at 45 and 30, plus 15, and 105 average damage per round. So it was an incredible game from this kid. He also had 0 save kills as a lurker, right? He lurks T side of every map, 0 save kills. The kid's super impactful, and I can't state it enough. And to be honest, he probably even should have had more kills.